Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the great UC Gundam Rewatch. And on today's episode, we're going to be looking at episodes. Where did we finish last time? Episode 13, I believe. So episodes 14 up to 24. So I've been able to get this video out a little bit quicker than I was the last time, which is good. It's only 10 episodes this time compared to the 13 before. So anyway, that's a little bit better for me anyway. So yeah, we'll be talking about those episodes today. So it's kind of like the rest of like the Earth arc and what's happened afterwards, like after that. And I guess we'll start this video talking about the characters. I think Camille has become even more mature than he was where he got to at the end of the last batch of episodes. Especially now we've got Cats there. Cats, what can I say about Cats? I think anyone who's watched Zeta Gundam before knows how annoying Cats is. But really, up to this part, episode 24, he's basically just been what Camille was like in the earliest parts of the series. And he's just basically saved Camille from getting possibly killed by Jared and Mara at the end of in the previous episode. What happened on Von Braun City. He's able to get away with that. I really enjoyed that comedic moment actually when they said, "Oh, where's Cats?" and they said, "Oh, he's fine." And he runs along and gets blown away by the explosion. I thought that was really funny. And I think Zeta Gundam has some good humour in it at times. It does show every now and again, which is rather nice. But yeah, the story's been coming along really well. Like we've had Char in his latest episode, didn't we? Accompanying Blex to like this kind of Federation conference thing where the Titans have now basically got all control of like the Federation forces. So the Titans are now even more of a threat than they were before. Now they have all this extra firepower behind them. Especially now Blex has been killed. Especially now Blex is gone, that's definitely not good at all for the AU. They're definitely going to be struggling a lot now that they don't have the leadership there, and the Titans have got seemingly much stronger. As well as that, we've had Patsuma Shiroko come into the story a lot more. Before, you just had that slight encounter of Camille and Char, but now he's had a lot more to do. We've got to know his character a lot more. We've began to see like the manipulative side of the personality he has, like the true overwhelming new type powers he has also. The fact that the other new types just stop when his ship is flying overhead. Remember when he's able to take over Von Braun City like a couple of episodes ago. Like the other new types just stop what they're doing. That was really cool. I think Patsuma Shiroko is definitely up there as one of the most powerful new types in Universal Century, that's for sure. And I think it's really interesting the way he treated Jared also. Like, I don't know really what to make of it. I think it goes into Jared also. I think it's obvious that Jared isn't like one of the best pilots around. He's good. He puts up a good fight against Camille. He seems to make mistakes. He's definitely not one of the best pilots around, and I think Shiroko knew that, and so I think that's kind of also why he got him to be a distraction when he wanted to take over Von Braun City. But you have to say, Jared did his job really well in that situation. He did what was needed of him, and Jared didn't actually moan. He just went and did his job. He said, Jared himself said he did what he was needed to do, and the operation was a success. So it worked out in the end. But it's kind of a shame for Jared that basically Shiroko just abandoned him and Mara there on Von Braun, and they've now got picked up by the Eggers and Andrea, and they're now going to be working for Jamaicon, it seems, on his ship. And it's one thing I didn't really realise before when I was watching Double Zeta, that's the next series, when I was watching Zeta Gundam, like 10 years ago. I kind of didn't realise how much of a journey that Jared actually has, but he does seem to have quite a good progression of events during the series, and he doesn't just stay. I thought he just stayed with like one ship or something. No, it's good to see him go off and do different things also. I think, which is rather cool. In these last episodes also, of course, we have Far becoming a pilot. She became back involved, and she has now decided to help the AU. I'm not really sure why she decided to become a pilot. It's not. I think it's implied that she kind of got worried and a little bit self-conscious that, you know, Camille was out there doing so much fighting and stuff, and she wanted to get out there and help also because, you know, she's his childhood friend and all that kind of stuff. And she's a really bad spy. She's terrible. I know she's just starting out, but man, it's annoying as well that, like, in the latest episode, she like stole the mobile suit just as Rekko, who's like a much better pilot, was about to get into it, and she keeps getting into trouble. She's a little bit better than like the last few episodes when she was piloting, but still, she's still really bad. So we had that. What else was I just about to talk about? Oh man, I've completely forgotten now. Something to do with Far. Oh, that was it. Yeah. Whereas Far's kind of may have been like the love interest for Camille, and like sort of is a little bit. It's like we've been introduced to former Asame now, of course, and she's a really important character. Her and Tozami actually, who we've been introduced to, like they're cyber new types, and they're basically humans which have been artificially made into new types, and they have like the powers of new types, but the process that they've gained these powers have made them mentally unstable, which we see with the episodes of these two characters in, and we see Thor having like a connection with Camille. Kind of similar to the way that Amuro had a connection with Lala Soon, like in the previous series, but I don't think, maybe not quite as strongly as it was in that instance, but still, there's like a new type connection there between her and Camille, and it's like, interesting to see that play out. Going on that, I think it was cool to see also like the interactions between Camille and Amuro. I think it was cool how, I think it's cool in general. I think I mentioned this in my previous video. I think it's cool in general how like Zeta Gundam like changes the characters around a bit and switches the cast out for other cast members here and there, like every few episodes, and I think that's something really nice that they do. So you had, during those episodes on Earth, you had Char go back to space, didn't you? And you had Camille spend time with the Kerber crew, including Amuro, and it was good to see them like interact. And Amuro, of course, is kind of worried for Camille, like, so he's remembering his own circumstances with Lala Soon. And it was kind of interesting, like, how it was with Karaba. Like, Amuro, I don't really know what to say about Amuro now. I mean, I think everything that he's been through, like, similar to Chai, it kind of made him really not want to like get involved in this kind of conflict too much, the same way that Shah didn't really want to get involved at first. And so I can kind of understand that, but you know, the circumstances that we've seen in these last 10 episodes kind of forced Amuro into fighting again, and he kind of got pressured into it by Katz, like what Katz said made him decide to step up to the plate again, as it were. He broke out of his his house arrest, because the Federation are kind of, you know, have always been a little bit weird towards new types. So he got out of his house arrest and is now contributing with Karaba again. And it's cool to see Amuro fight. He really hasn't lost too much of his skill. He's still like a really exceptionally skilled pilot. So it's really cool to see all the stuff that he did in his last bunch of episodes. He hasn't really lost that touch. And I kind of agree with him that when he said that Camille isn't as good a pilot as he was yet, but definitely has a lot of potential still to come out, and I think that's something that we'll definitely see. We've seen the Zeta Gundam now make an appearance, of course, which is really cool. I think that's definitely one of the best looking mobile suits out of all of Universal Century. It's such a cool looking suit, like the way it transforms and stuff. Also, it's much more appealing than the Mark II was, that's for sure. So yeah, we've got the Zeta Gundam out now, and that means like the new opening, of course, which I believe I can't remember what it was, but I believe in Japan they voted on a load of Gundam stuff, am I right? And like the second opening of Zeta Gundam was voted as the best Gundam opening of all time. So that's just how good it is, and I'd have to agree with them on that. I think, in my opinion, it's definitely the best Gundam opening sequence around. What else can I talk about, really? I think that's basically it. I mean, the story is progressing really nicely now. As I said earlier on in this video, we've got like the situations have started to evolve and develop a bit more. AU go in a little bit more of a pinch now. But I do have the Zeta Gundam. Camille started to mature a lot more as a pilot. He's had those experiences working with Amuro Ray and with Char Aznavour. He's having a lot more responsibility than he did before. I think that was a really cool, actually, when he was with 4, also how like Camille like talked about his situation, how things were with his parents and all that kind of stuff, but because of like 4's mental state, he isn't able to kind of change her mind, and she ends up going off with I think she ends up probably continuing working with the Titans, because yeah, it looked like she'd died at like the end of that episode, but yeah, she didn't. I've kind of already spoiled it now, but never mind. That's not much of a big spoiler at this point. So yeah, she did survive that. What happens at the end when she helped Camille get back to space, which I thought was a really cool sequence, by the way. But she kind of like not really rejected what Camille was saying, because she did help out, but I think she found it hard what Camille was saying, and she's struggling with her own situation at the moment as a character. I thought the Earth bit was really good, but I did miss having Char Aznavour there, so it's really nice in these last lot of episodes to have a lot of his character again, even though in the last one he was back on Earth, but oh well. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next lot of episodes. In this rewatch of Gundam for me, Zeta Gundam for me, like, I've really enjoyed watching Zeta Gundam again. It's kind of given me some new things that I didn't really realise the first time around when I watched it, when I was only about 17 years old. So it's really cool being able to watch it again. I'm having lots of different thoughts than I had the first time around. And so yeah, I'll have more of those insights for you the next episode, which will be up next week, hopefully. Hopefully not so late next time, but oh well. So yeah, I'll see you back here shortly.